we're going to cover 4 of the simplest online businesses that even beginners can start and actually make money with. So I'm not going to tell you to start a drop shipping store or a SaaS company or a blog. These are some lesser known online businesses that you can start today from your computer. Some of them you can actually even start without having a website. I actually run one of these online businesses myself, make 7 figures a year, and I run it all from my computer, running it fully remote. A lot of the other online businesses that you may be heard of out there require a lot of skills up front. So something like an e-commerce store requires a lot of money for products up front, also a lot of knowledge in ads. In this video, we're going to cover 4 online businesses that are simple enough and straightforward enough that even beginners can start them. You still have to work, you still have to put in a lot of effort for these businesses, but they're a lot more simple, straightforward business models, and beginners can go out and really start getting customers right off the bat. So if you're looking for an online business that can run 100% remotely from your computer, that's a little bit easier to get up and running, then I think this video is going to be perfect for you. So without any further ado, let's jump into 4 of the simplest online businesses that you can start. So simple online business number 1 is a home service business that you run remotely from your computer. Now this is the business I run. I run a junk removal company that operates in over 40 cities nationwide, and I run it all remotely from my computer using subcontractors. And a ton of people do this in a lot of different home service industries. So this is similar to Uber for home services. And so what you're going to want to do is pick a very simple home service business that's very straightforward. This is perfect to run in your local market. How you do it, you set up a simple website. So you can use something like Wix, or I do have a couple website templates coming out as well here soon that are basically the exact templates that I use for my junk business. You put up a simple website, get a Google business listing locally. The cool thing about a home service business and running a home service business like this is that the marketing is a lot simpler than a lot of other businesses out there. You can do some grassroots marketing. Post on your local Facebook page, next door, just spread word of mouth to people, family, friends, neighbors. Let them know that you maybe started a cleaning business. And there's a lot of examples of people making great money doing this business fully remote. The owner of ThinkMaids went on Side Hustle Nation podcast. He was making something like $50,000 to $60,000 a month running a cleaning business in his local town remotely using subcontractors. So he never went and did any of the cleaning himself. He booked everything on his website, sent out subcontractors when the job came through. There's also, for example, I run it in a junk removal company, as I said. We do it in over 40 cities nationwide, well into the 7 figures a year, and I run it all remotely using subcontractors. People who do this with car detailing, gutter cleaning, lawn care. I did a video on a guy who was doing this with CPR training. He was making mid 6 figures a year doing CPR training remotely. There's also a guy doing it in landscaping, just selling the landscaping services, basically doing the design, and then he would send subcontractors out to do the work. So there's a ton of different examples. I have a list of 150 plus low competition service business ideas. A lot of them will be perfect for running a remote home service business like this. So if you want that list, there's a link to put your email down below and I'll send that list over to you. I do have more videos on this business model if you're interested in it, if you want to dive deeper into it. I've got videos about how to manage subcontractors, how to hire subcontractors, examples of how the website is set up, stuff like that. So if you're interested in this business model, dive deeper into some of my videos. But there's a lot of beginner-friendly ways to get customers with a business like this, and that's one of the reasons I love it. And I tried a lot of online businesses myself starting out, and this is one of the ones that really took off for me. So simple business number 2 is starting a local newsletter in your community. There's an example, a Naptown Scoop in Annapolis, Maryland does $200,000 a year, and they only have 18,000 subscribers to their local newsletter. If you look at their sign-up page, it says Naptown Scoop, all the Annapolis news and events every week morning for free. If you look, here's an example of the Naptown Scoop. Has a simple intro. How they make money is they sell sponsored ads to certain businesses or people in the community or who want to advertise to that community. And as I said, they have 18,000 subscribers in that community and they make $200,000 a year. This is only their 3rd year doing it, and they keep it very light. So they're not doing any robberies or anything like that. They're just keeping it light with what's going on in the community. They've got a section for local live music that's going on, some weather, anything that's going on with local businesses. Now, how Ryan, the owner, said he started is he just put up some very simple Facebook ads in his community. Now, this isn't going to be like running an ad for, an e-commerce store or something like that. Running an Facebook ad in your community is easy because there aren't that many people in a community, so you're not going to just run out of ad spend. It's not just going to eat up your budget like crazy. You're just targeting a small local area and running ads about your newsletter. You can also post things at, coffee shops downtown. You can ask if you can put some flyers in local businesses, post on your local Facebook page, post on your next door page. Just start letting people know about it. What Ryan, the owner of Naptown Scoop, said is he put Facebook ads out there and he actually got like 15,000 subscribers from those Facebook ads, and then he shut them off, and now it just grows organically. So once you actually get yourself established in the community, people start telling other people about it, and there aren't very many people doing local newsletters like this. They send it out 5 times a week. There isn't one in your town. I think this is a great option, and he's making $200,000 a year from a very low subscriber count, and there's no ask from your customers. They're not putting any money in. They're just signing up with their email, and you're giving them information. So it's a very mutually beneficial relationship. Eventually, once you get big enough, it's definitely going to be appealing to local businesses, people who want to advertise to your community. Now, simple business number 3 is what I'm calling online service arbitrage. This business doesn't even require you to have a website. You are essentially playing a connector or a resource for businesses. So there's a ton of ways you can go with this model, but a very simple example is you can go to Google in your local area and go to the maps section. So maybe you're just looking for construction companies. You decide to start going to some construction companies and find the ones that don't have a website. Now, if you're just starting out, if you're a beginner, you can go to a place like Wix.com and they have pre-made templates for construction companies. You can pick a template and just put that company's logo in the header and send it over to them. Now, these are great beginner templates. If they don't have a website already, this is going to be much better than what they already have. Now, as you get more experience, you can build higher quality websites and start reaching out to bigger businesses. But in the beginning, you can just call, email. One of my favorite ways to reach out to these businesses is to find them on Facebook and reach out to them with a message there, and start with your local community, because it's less of a cold outreach if you are in the community. And you say, hey, I'm a web developer in San Diego. I saw that you guys don't have a website yet. I built you one, just want to send it over and see if you like it. If you do, great. I can have you set up a few days here. Otherwise, if you don't, no worries, no obligation. They're going to see this website that's beautifully made with their logo up in the top. And if they don't have a website already and you're maybe just charging $500 for that website, charge them extra if they want you to manage it on a monthly basis. That's a great way to get your foot in the door and start being able to sell some websites that even if you don't have any knowledge in building websites, it's extremely simple to do. You can also do this with things like if you go to canva.com, they have a whole bunch of pre-made logos. And these logos, they have some plumbing logos, they have construction logos for pretty much every style and every company that are already pre-made. You can put a company's name in there and send it over to them and say, hey, I redesigned your logo. If you like it, it's $50, it's $100, whatever it is, and I'll send you all the files. You can reach out to them via email, you can reach out to them via Facebook or Instagram. Send them that example, their name in it. It's extremely simple to do. You can do it in 10 seconds. Just switch out the name, you just type in their name and send it over to them. You can do this with, say it's a landscaping company. You can reach out to every single landscaping company and just put their name in that logo or a couple logos and give them some options. Don't have to have design skills to do this, and you also don't have to have a website to get this up and running. And you can also outsource the work. So if you can go to something like Fiverr.com and just search through all the services on there, and these are a lot of services that small businesses are looking for, so you can kind of find your niche area, choose a service that you want to focus on, and start offering that to businesses. So maybe you're offering local SEO services. You can have someone on Fiverr who has great reviews with local SEO. If you get a customer, you can outsource it to that person on Fiverr, have them do the work, and upcharge a little bit for making that connection for the business and the person on Fiverr. And a lot of these businesses, you might be thinking, why don't they just do that themselves? A lot of these businesses don't have the time, the resources, the knowledge to find these services. Maybe it's an older business owner who doesn't even know that Fiverr exists, or that there are contractors who can build him a website for $500 or a logo for $50. Maybe they've been thinking, I need a new logo, but they have a lot of other things they're doing with their business and they just never got around to it. And here you are coming into their inbox with a logo that they love and offering it to them for $50, $100. There's a lot of services like this that the business owners would jump on if they have someone in their face reaching out to it with an example that they can see that they like. This is a simple way to get up and running with a niche agency style business. You can even walk into these businesses if you want to, if you're going to do it locally. There's a lot of ways to go that don't require a ton of skills up front. Now, simple online business number 4, monetizing your passion or skills that you have. Alex Hormozi believes that this is the simplest way to make $1 million plus per year. He gave an example of a lady who had 5,800 followers and she was making over $1 million a year just because those followers were so targeted looking for what she had to teach them. And before you say, I don't have any skills, I don't know anything that I can teach people, I guarantee that you do. I did a video on a lady who was making well into the six figures a year teaching people how to repair sewing machines. There's people making money teaching people how to train dogs, bake specific types of cakes, gluten-free baking. There's all sorts of types of things that you can teach people that you can make money from. And this is very simple to get started. You don't have to have a huge following to make money. You just have to have an engaged following who's interested in what you're talking about. Start an account on Instagram or TikTok, or you can start doing videos. If it's something that you're interested in, that you are passionate about, there's likely a lot of other people out there who are interested in the same thing and would like to talk and learn about that thing. I think it's one of the simplest ways to make 6-7 figures a year without having to have a ton of skills in SEO. You don't even have to build a website for something like this. You can just use your social media platforms to push people to a community or your email list. You can either charge them for that community, or you can sell them a course, or you can do coaching. But there is something out there that you are well versed in that you could teach other people about, or that you could simply build a community around. There's a lot of hobbies that just don't have communities around them. So if there's a hobby you have, maybe you just build that community where people can feel a part of something. So I hope those 4 online businesses were interesting to you, gave you some ideas of how you can start an online business without having a ton of skills, without having to put a ton of money in up front. And I hope you can go out there and start making some money remotely from your computer, get the freedom that you want to run a business from anywhere. I found all 4 of these business models very interesting. All of these have people who are running them successfully, anywhere from 6 to 7 to 8 figures a year running these business models. So they are proven methods. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one.